Sunnah protectors of the Sunnah. Sunnah protectors of the Sunnah.
Alhamdulillah, wa salat, wa salam ala wa rasulullah. Welcome to another session of Sunnah Followers Tawheed class. And we are discussing the names of Allah, how to ponder the meaning and how to take the meaning and apply it to our lives. And let's put the name for today up on the screen. And I apologize for being late, but we had to deal with some issues with the other classes. But we've taken care of it, inshallah. Now, where did I put did I do the PowerPoint, y'all? I think I did. Okay. Today's name, let's see. Hopefully y'all can see my screen. By the way, I think I deleted it. I got a really good email from some man for what I'm doing here. He's been following us on YouTube. I meant to read that email to y'all because it was a good one, but I think I deleted it. I think I did. I know I did. Yeah, some man sent a nice email thanking me and for showing Islam in a positive way. He was saying that it's so hard for converts to truly understand this religion, because most of them are being taught by Arabic speakers, who can't simplify things. And he was saying that he's been Muslim for a while and how he feels closer to Allah just from following me on YouTube and how I simplify even the names of Allah. He said he's never experienced anyone teaching this way before, but I break it down so simple that he feels more connected to Allah. And also he gave a shout out to all the women on this website. He said, it is so great to see women truly living and looking the way Allah commands us to look. We're modest and beautiful. And he said it in a nice way, because so many people do put out that Muslim women are not supposed to be attractive. Muslim women are not supposed to be of any value. He said it's so good to see beautiful, intelligent Muslim women learning the deen and all dressed modestly and all behaving the way Allah says to behave. And then he was like, kudos to this website, to me and all my students, my female students, and it was a nice email. I don't get that many nice emails from men, especially. And that was a really nice one. And I just wanted to share that with y'all. So I want you sisters to understand, when you take these names of Allah, incorporate them into yourself, you will change. You will end up developing characteristics that you didn't have before: your confidence, your self-awareness, that distinctiveness. You'll become more trustworthy, more loyal, more obedient to Allah. You'll become one who knows your self-worth, your self-value, because these are all attributes of Allah. And others will look at you and see that about you, like this man sees just from following my classes here on YouTube. And he said he's been following all of them, the ones where we were all on camera, even the ones with Gracie. He really liked to see how even people like Gracie are coming in here and learning the deen and understanding the deen. And because it's being broken down to them in simple terms. So it was a very positive email that I got. And this is a person that doesn't use Facebook either. He uses YouTube. And I said, alhamdulillah, we find more people off of YouTube that are of value than these Facebook people who like to critique. But anyway, let me put the name up here for today. And the name for today, and I didn't finish it. Hold on. I knew it was something missing. Before I give y'all this name, let me give y'all the meaning. to at least make that part easy for you. Hold on. Oh, how did I not copy all of it? Okay. See, one of my cats just had a movement. Okay. Hold on here. I didn't put the rest of it up here. I don't even think I gave the right name today. Let me make sure. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, I'm gonna make this easier by putting this up here for y'all. I left that off on the PowerPoint. Oof. Okay, the name for today is, let me have my students in my Arabic class read. Precious, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. 1 second. Let me shut my door.
I left off the other letter here. But this is a lamb. I left off the other thing. I want you to read this word here in the Arabic. What is this? This is just, well, that ain't, I haven't taught you that. That's a rule to as we read. Start with this one. What letter is this? And what's next to it?
It's a scene, right? So
right, and look at the vowel underneath it. See this vowel? So how would you say this?
Haseeb.
And what's this? One dot and the doom on top.
That's a boo.
Okay, so read this.
Haseeb. Haseeb.
Exactly. That's it. Haseeb. Exactly. See, you're reading. Latifa, let me see you read it.
All right, here I am.
Okay. What letter is this with the fact at the top? Pronounce it with the veil. No, is it, are we ha or are we ha?
Wait. It's no dot.
I mean, you listen, it's your accent. Do we say apple or apple?
Apple.
So pronounce that letter with the ha. Okay, what's this? Okay, and that's the vowel underneath the vowel underneath it. The
so
kiss.
It's ha, C.
And what's this? The one dot, a U with one dot and the dumma.
Let's see, ha, C, boo.
There you go. And you got a had an ex-brother-in-law with that name. So what is this? AlHaseeb. AlHaseeb. Haseeb. Haseeb. So this would be AlHaseeb. This is the name of Allah. AlHaseeb. You don't pronounce the doom at the end but that's a rule of tajweed. But for y'all to learn, it's Haseeb. Haseeb. That's one of the names of Allah. AlHaseeb. And what does it mean? It means the reckoner and the sufficient. See how you guys are reading? The reckoner, the sufficient. So now, what does it mean to be a reckoner? What does it mean to be sufficient? So what I want you guys to do is go to dictionary.com, look up the meaning of the word reckoner. Because a lot of people don't know what reckoner means. We don't speak that way in America. So what does it mean to be a reckoner? And while y'all get that, while I try to get this font, as usual, the font always goes back to what it wants to be instead of what I set it to be. Okay, what does it mean to be a reckoner?
It says it means a person who reckons.
What does reckon mean? Then okay, a reckoner is one who reckons. But who do you know what a reckon is? No. So look up reckon now. You want to break it down to the lowest common denominator. What does it mean to reckon?
Okay, the verb reckon means to count, compute, or calculate.
To calculate. Y'all know what calculate means? Break down calculate, Latifa. What does it mean to calculate?
Estimate.
What does it mean to estimate? Break it down to the lowest, the common denominator.
To calculate means to determine by reasoning, common sense, or practical practice.
Okay, so a person that reckons is a person that determines. Say it again. Based on reason
common sense,
and common sense. Let's leave it like that. That's good. That's simple English. A person that reckons is a person that can determine things. Can determine things by using his reason and common sense. And what does it mean to be sufficient?
Enough. Enough.
Okay, wait a minute. And common sense. Anybody else with sufficient?
Let me look up the thesaurus on that. Adequate for the purpose, enough, sufficient proof, sufficient.
Okay, enough or enough proof. So what does it mean to be the reckoner? He is the one who determined things by using reason and common sense without the need of anything else. Without needing anything else. He uses his common sense and his reasoning. Does everybody understand that? Let me try to, hold on, make this smaller. I can put it together better. I just hate how every day I put this on a certain font and it just goes to its own thing. The reckoner, the one who determines things by using, who is able, let me do it this way. One who is able to determine things by using his reasoning, by using just his reasoning and common sense skills. That's even better. Okay, I'm trying to make it even more. Okay, Allah, he is the reckoner. What does that mean? He is the one who is able to determine things just by using his reasoning and common sense skills. That's it. He is able to determine things just by using his reasoning and common sense. That's all he needs. All Allah needs to do is use his own reasoning, his own common sense, because guess what? His reasoning, his common sense is sufficient. Allah doesn't have to ask your opinion. He doesn't have to ask anyone else's opinion. You look at the gods of the Greeks that didn't really exist. Okay, Apollo, he had to have Athena. He had to rely on Dionysus. He had to rely on Jupiter and others to help him to determine things, to reckon things. Allah's not like that. He doesn't need anyone else to help him to determine or help him to think about or know what's going on in the world. Apollo depended on those other gods that didn't exist. Allah is sufficient. Does everybody get it? Allah doesn't need to go to college to figure out how to make the sun shine. Allah doesn't need a physics degree to figure out how to reproduce, how to make a woman, how to cause a sperm to impregnate an egg. Okay? All he needs is his own logic, his own reasoning, his own common sense. And his common sense, his reasoning supersedes ours. No one can outthink Allah. No one knows better than Allah. Some things Allah shares his knowledge with us. Most things he don't. Allah doesn't tell us how he makes the sun rise and set. but he does tell us where the sun goes every night it sets. Okay. Allah doesn't tell us, how he causes the mountains to hold the earth in place as it rotates. Okay. He doesn't share that. But he lets us know that if it weren't for the mountains, it wouldn't happen. So Allah, he is AlHaseeb. He's the one who is able to reckon, to determine things based on his own logic, his own reasoning. He doesn't have to go to Islam Q&A and to figure out, does a man have to raise his hands before bowing or after bowing? He doesn't have to go look up a fatwa. He doesn't have to Google and go to Sheikh Google and ask Sheikh Google, does gelatin come from other sources besides a pig? He doesn't have to do that. He is the reckoner. He is the one who determines. And not only that, he determines your existence, my existence, before we were even born. He already has determined who will have a good ending and who will have a bad ending. He doesn't tell us who they are, but he gives us the signs. For example, when a person dies, if there's a lot of people that attend that person's funeral, that's a sign of a good ending. Only he determines who's going to paradise, but he doesn't share that with us, but he shares us the signs. If you see a lot of people traveling from far and near to a person's funeral, that's a sign of a good ending, that person was in good standing with Allah. The good things that the people say about that person is a sign of a good ending, although he has already determined that person's outcome with his own logic, his own reasoning. Do y'all see? That's the reckoner. That's the reckoner. That is the reckoner. So now that I've broken it down and explained to you what AlHaseeb means, let's go to the next thing. How? Wait a minute. How does Allah show that he is able to determine things just on his reasoning and common sense? Okay, who would like to start us off? Let me change this, see how it went back to that font. Make this smaller. This is not hard. I sat here and gave y'all so many answers already myself. I mean, y'all don't pay attention to me. If you guys are truly listening to me, I done basically answered the darn question for y'all. That just shows how y'all don't pay attention. The prophet said we are a simple-minded people. Lord, he did not lie. Because I'm telling y'all the most simple-minded people I've ever met in my life. Seriously, I'm just going to be honest. Y'all so simple-minded, it ain't funny.
Okay, if I understood you right.
Don't base it on me.
Okay.
I mean, just base it on what, what we learned about what it means to be the reckoner. How does Allah prove to us? How does he show us that he's able to determine things just on his reasoning?
By not giving us by not burdening us with anything we can't handle physically or mentally, like he.
That's a good one.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wait a minute, hold on, let me write that. By not burdening us, say it again.
With anything we can't handle physically or mentally.
Good job. By not burdening us with anything that we cannot handle physically. Good job, Precious. Or mentally, but you always do good. Or look at me mentally. You always do good on this. I always tell you that. Good job, Precious. Look at Precious's answer. How does Allah show us that he is the one who is most able to determine things based on his reasoning, his common sense. Well, by not burdening us with anything that we cannot handle physically or mentally. Okay, next, go ahead.
I will say by what if Allah wants something to happen or to be, Allah will just say be and it will be.
Exactly. By simply wanting things to occur. Wait a minute, do I want to? Hold on. I'm trying to think if that's something I really want to use here. Like, for example, what? No, let's something better, because that's so ambiguous. That answer is so ambiguous. The hypocrites can say, like, what are you talking about, Umar here? Like what? So you got to break it down. That's too general. Break it down in more detail, because you don't want the hypocrites to read y'all's answers and send me these stupid emails that I get all the time, and my videos be blocked too.
Like
laws. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, like if a woman, Allah wants a woman to be pregnant, Allah will just say.
Yeah, but you know what? The hypocrites can come and say, yeah, well, that's, oh, come on, the physics. Give us something else that's beyond outside of the box.
How about Allah is the one who determines how often and how long the sun and the moon rotate.
Hello, there we go. My best student has arrived. Exactly. Look at what Allah determines. He's the one, not you, not me, by determining how long the sun will stay in the sky. And let me do the moon too. How long, sun?
How often and how long?
Okay, good. How often and long the sun and moon
rotate in the Earth's orbit.
Rotate in the Earth's orbit. See that? Can't no man say that he does that, Umar here. The hypocrites will say, oh, I can take a sperm, which they can. Allah has given man the ability now to take an egg out of your body, Umar here, put it in a dish, and take the sperm out your husband and put it in a dish and procreate. So you want something that the hypocrites can't combat. The hypocrites can't determine. No human being can determine how long and how often the sun and moon will rotate in Earth's atmosphere.
Yes, right.
So you want to come up with answers like that. Also, we said by not burdening us with anything that we can't handle, by determining. Let me change this even more, precious. Use the keyword of determination. Okay? By determining what your obstacles in life will be. Man can't determine that. Allah determines what good and evil will occur in your life. You get it now, precious?
Yes.
Okay. The key word here, as Faiza picked up, is determine. The reckoner is the one who determines. The reckoner. If I'm a person that can reckon with you, I'm a person that can determine things with you. Allah determines what good and evil will occur in your life. You don't determine that. Allah determines how often and long the sun and moon will rotate. Anyone else? Let's look on Facebook. Okay, hold on. Let me see. We got a lot of answers. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get this. Wait a minute. Hold up. Let me get Facebook. Okay, Nadia, you know, the hypocrites can eat that up. They can say some women give births before. So you want to clean that up. Nadia said Allah is the reckoner or the determiner by making a 9-month period for a baby to be full term born. There's babies that are born at 5 months and still, you know, so you want to make it less general. You want to make it so that the hypocrites can't come and destroy that. Sakina said Allah shows this by uniting of the sperm and egg, giving the soul and developing it until it's able to survive on its own. Okay, we done did that. Ahmad, brother Ahmad, by sending the trials, okay, exactly. We got that. What determining good and evil. Good job, brother Ahmad. Aisha, that's not really telling us nothing. Anybody else? Go ahead, Anissa.
Allah adds and takes away from creation, such as he puts.
Okay, this is not add and take away. It's determined. The fact you said Allah adds and Allah takes away. I don't want to say that then. That's a different name. We're not talking about how Allah can add and take away. We're talking about how Allah can reckon or determine things.
Allah determines what to put in the universe to make it better.
No more universe. We already got that. Let's go to something else.
Assalamualaikum.
Who is that, Mike? Whoever's here is a moderator. Whoever's got that mic on, mute it. Go ahead. Next person. Whoever was talking. Go ahead.
It's Habiba. Allah determines what happens in the future.
Okay. How does Allah? Well, we already got that. Determining what good and evil will occur. That's already given. That falls in the same category with that.
Assalamu alaikum.
Go ahead.
Sorry. What about Allah determines what happens at a certain part of the world?
Okay. We already, let's get away from good and evil. All that falls in on the good and evil.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Allah determine how long.
Think outside the box, guys. Don't be narrow-minded. See the big picture.
How we will live on earth.
What does that mean? That's too general. What is that saying? That ain't got. That's not telling us nothing about Allah.
Allah will determine when He gives us remedy for the diseases He has bestowed upon us.
Okay, yeah. Now, okay, say that again.
Allah will determine when He sends the remedies for the diseases. By
determining, yeah. Look around you. By determining when the cure to diseases will be revealed. Because all cures come from Allah. Like right now, we're dealing with COVID. They ain't gonna get no cure until Allah says so. He gave us a treatment, which is the vaccine. We'll be taking that vaccine until He determines when the cure, He will reveal the cure. Good job. Good job, Norto. Go ahead. One more. 1, 2, 3. No, 2 more. We need 2 more. Let's see. Marad said Allah determines when it will rain and when it will snow. That's so obvious. That's a good one. I think Marad's a kid. That's a good one. Oh, look at Elma. Elma, mashallah, by determining which of our deeds He will or will not accept. Y'all see how Elma's thinking outside the box. That stuff about the sun, the moon, alhamdulillah, that's covered. No more earth questions. No more earth answers. No more nature. We do good deeds every day, but how do we know if Allah has accepted them? Allah tells us what are the conditions. Long as I can have good intentions and do the deed the way He commanded, but still, I don't know for sure if that deed is accepted. Only Allah determines which of our good deeds He will or will not accept. That's the best answer. Good job, Elma. You got it, girlfriend. Let's see. Also, Sakina said, Allah determines which of our sins He will or will not forgive. Good job. That's a good one too. So, but I'll put that with D's. By determining which of our sins, which of our deeds He will or will not accept, and which sins He will choose to forgive. Good job. One more, guys.
Can I add to the one about the deeds? I was going to say something about Allah is the one who determines the amount of deeds or the amount of reward for each deed.
Okay, yeah, that goes in there too. By determining which of our deeds he will or will not accept, which sins he will choose to forgive, and their reward. So Allah determines which of our deeds he will or will not accept and their reward. He also determines by determining which sins he will choose to forgive. Okay, let's stop it at that. Okay, this is good right here. What'd you say?
I said I was going to add two to it, but
go ahead. Let me hear.
Okay, so I was going to say two. I was going to say Allah is the one who determines which angels are capable to teach the prophets. And then I was
but that's too, a lot of people don't even believe in the prophets.
Okay, and then I was going to say, like, Allah is the one who determines who's qualified to teach the religion to the people.
That's all too storybook. You know, that's not good enough. I
Sister
want
Leah,
y'all to
can I add
stuff
one?
that is proven that he proved. And can't no hypocrite or unbeliever refute that the sun and moon exists and that we can't control it. Can't no hypocrite or no unbeliever refute that we don't know what good or bad is going to happen in our life. You get married, you don't even know if you're going to stay married. Can't no hypocrite or unbeliever refute the fact that there's diseases on earth and sometimes we get knowledge of the cure and sometimes we don't. Can't no hypocrite or believer refute the fact that only this greater being, whatever, well, this is too religious, but these are the type of answers we're looking for. You're looking for answers that can't no hypocrite refute. If they don't believe in the prophet, then they gonna say, what prophet? I'm a prophet. You see what I'm saying? I want y'all to get out the box with that.
Oh, Sister Layla, can I try and add one?
Go ahead.
It was Allah is the one who determines what nationality we are, like what race/nationality. Can't no one determine or refute that.
That's a good one. And even the hypocrites and unbelievers cannot refute that we don't have, well, yeah, give something more. They can
we don't have no say in what like.
Nah, that's not true. I can marry a white man and just to make my kid come out looking more Viking. Something else.
But as far as you like yourself is like
not just me. When I say me, I'm saying in general. All we got to do is marry somebody from a separate race. That's not a good one. I mean, that's something that the hypocrites can refute. If you want to be black, go marry you an African. You want to look more white, go get you a Viking. You want to look more red, go marry an Indian. You want the Chinese eyes, hook up with a Malaysian. Y'all see what I'm saying? They can refute that. We can play around with that. But I want something that the hypocrites cannot refute. And there are people that do that. There's one actor who said he loved Chinese eyes and always wanted a child with Chinese eyes. That's why he married a Malaysian woman. Yeah, so people that you can do that by interbreeding. Something else, guys. One more. Come on.
What about determining when we will die? Because many people get shot like 3 or 4 times. Some die, some still live.
Something better though.
Okay.
Allah determines who he guides and misguides.
That's Islamic religion. What if I don't believe in religion? I took the deeds because I like that one, but that one really ain't strong enough for a hypocrite. A person that don't believe in God don't believe in deeds. Come on, guys, something else that only Allah is able to determine.
Allah will determine when the day of judgment will be.
That's religious. Now, for the second part, that's when y'all take the names of Allah and make them religious to yourself. The first part is the proof. When you look around, there's good and evil in the world. This ain't got nothing to do with religion. Some people are good, some people are evil. Who can determine that? Nobody but Allah. We can make a test tube baby, but you don't know if it's going to be good or evil. So even an unbeliever can't refute that. Okay, the sun and the moon. Can't no man on this planet change what the sun and moon is doing. Diseases. Ain't gonna be no cure for COVID until Allah said so. Come on, give me another one, guys.
He determined what nation was gonna rule on Earth next.
That's not a good one.
Okay. Like Noah's people, how they.
People don't believe in Noah.
Okay.
Allah will determine when the change of season happen.
That's one. That's another one. By determining, thank you, something that ain't got nothing to do with religion. By determining the climate and the elements. Man can't do that. I don't care how bad we want it to rain. We can't make it rain. You can do the rain dance and all of that. But if Allah don't want it to rain, it don't rain. That's why there's drought all over the world. Even in America, the fires in California, to this day, they don't know what causes them fires. And they're not put out unless Allah put them out. Man can't make the fire stop. Just like man cannot stop earthquakes. So stuff like that, guys, these other answers like race and all that ain't got nothing to do. If I want a black baby, get me a black man. Hello, go get me a Jamaican. And they'll come out dark like my grandkids. My grandkids don't look like me. They're all dark. Well, not all of them. 3 of them are not. But 2 of them dark in color because my daughter wanted a black baby. She wouldn't got a Jamaican. That's easy. Okay? If I want to have a white kid, all I got was hook up with Tarek. Me and Tarek gonna have a Viking. So that's something simple, but you can't make the earthquake stop. You can't make it snow. No matter how much you want to control the weather, we cannot control the climate. We cannot control the elements. Allah determines the climates and elements of the world. Does everybody get it? These are the type of answers you look for. That way the hypocrites cannot come and refute you, because I'm telling you, I wish y'all could read some of these emails. I guess they would do everything in their power to shoot you down. And when they can't shoot you down, what do? They call Facebook and have your videos blocked, accusing you of using music when you ain't. So y'all got to get better answers. Okay. That's why I was so far down. My chair went down. Okay, so let's see what we come up with. Allah is AlHaseeb. AlHaseeb, or for my Arabic students, AlHaseebu. AlHaseebu, the reckoner, the one who is able to determine things just by using his reasoning and his common sense, or the one who is able to determine things based on his reasoning. Let me make it even better. Based on his reasoning and common sense. How does Allah show us he's able to determine based on his reasoning and common sense? Well, he's the only one that determines what good and evil will occur in life. By determining how often and long the sun and the moon rotate. By determining when the cure to diseases are revealed. By determining which of our deeds will or will not be accepted in their reward. That answer is really weak for this part, good for the second. And for the last one, by determining the climate and the elements of the world. Okay, so now, how to take these examples and make them into attributes for ourselves. So what you're going to do is look at the answers you guys gave, which were excellent answers, and tell me how you can take that answer and incorporate it as an attribute for yourself. For example, Allah determines what good and evil will occur in the world. So what can you do in return? How can you take that determination, the determination of good and evil? How can you turn it into an attribute for yourself? The determination of good and evil, how can you turn it into an attribute for yourself? Who'd like to start?
By determining
I
what
would
good-
take, oh,
by determining what good and evil will occur in our lives, to determine the good and evil, we will follow the laws of Allah, make our salats, remember Allah. In other words, do what Allah has commanded us to do.
Okay, Allah determines what good and evil will occur in life. We will live our lives sticking to the laws and rules set by Allah in hopes of avoiding that which is bad and evil, while hoping for that which is good. See how I took that and turned that into an attribute? Okay, only Allah can determine what good and evil will occur. So what I will do in turn is live my life sticking to his laws, staying away from the things he commanded me to stay away from, in hopes of avoiding those things that are bad and evil, while hoping for that which is good. Okay, good job. Next. Next.
Can I add to the first one? Determine what is good and evil will occur in life. I said I will be intelligent and prepare for the worst in life.
That's another good too. I will be determined. We live our lives. It has to reach to being determined. Determined to do what again? What was your answer again?
Determined to be prepared for the worst.
Yeah, determined to remain or to be prepared to face the worst things that may occur in life. Wait a minute, I need to hold on. That's why I'm saying, that's how you messed up Sabrina.
That wasn't me, that was Precious.
that was me. And I wanted to add, and to handle them with dignity to what she said.
What'd you say?
And to handle them with dignity, occur in life.
Exactly, and handle, that's very important. Them with dignity, because we are people of dignity. So, the first one, how does Allah show he is able to determine things based on his reasoning? By determining what's good and evil, what will occur. We will live our lives sticking to the laws and rules set by Allah in hopes of avoiding that which is bad and evil, while hoping for that which is good. And we will live our lives determined to be prepared. No, we will live each day prepared. No, we will live each day expecting the worst. Wait a minute. I'm going to make it all go fit in. So as when it occurs or when it happens, we were prepared to face it. So we handle the bad and ugly with dignity. Good job. That was a beautiful one, the first one. Now we got 4 more. What about number 2?
By determining which of our deeds Allah will accept and not accept. What I said for that one, how I will contribute that to myself is I will hold myself accountable for the good and bad that I do before Allah holds me to account for them.
Okay. Before doing any deeds in life, we hold ourselves accountable, both before doing it or doing them and afterwards. Good job. We talked about that. The prophet taught us to hold yourself accountable before and after you do a good, before you do a deed. That will determine whether or not Allah accepts it, because you can correct it. So we handle the bad and ugly with dignity. And before doing any deeds in life, we hold ourselves accountable, both before doing them and afterwards. Okay, next.
And to make sure we are on the correct belief system. To add, I was going to add to that one she just said.
Okay, yeah, and before doing, we hold ourselves accountable both before and after, and afterwards. Wow, assuring our belief system. Good job, because he ain't going to accept without the belief system. Assuring our belief system is intact. Good job. Okay, what about the other ones? The sun, the moon, the diseases, and the climate. You got 3 left. The sun and moon, the diseases, and the climate.
I'll take a third one. I can't determine when Allah reveals a cure to the diseases, but I will accept the remedy that he has gave to us until he decides to send down the cure.
Okay, when diseases do occur, God, it's so hard to type and think. We will accept whatever remedies Allah sends until he reveals the cure. Good job. That was yesterday's too. Good job. Anyone else? What about that? Was disease. What about the sun, the moon, and the climate and elements?
By determining how often along the sun and moon rotate, I will not question Allah about my life. When am I going to get married? I will just accept the decree of his.
Good job. Who was that?
That was Norto.
Good, Norto, you on the ball. See, you stay away from that daggone Fresno. You got it together. Where's Fresno? Out making money. Hello? I wonder if she got a headset on. Give her a call. Tell her to log in. Yeah. That was perfect. I'm surprised she came up with that. Okay. We will live each day of our life accepting the decree of Allah without questioning what he has placed in store for us. Good job, Norto. Call Fresno. Next. The climate and elements.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sabrina. You can do that one. You're a
I was looking for it.
You can do that one. This one is Allah determines the climate and elements of the world. So how can we incorporate that to ourselves as an attribute?
Allah determines the elements and the climates of the world. And so I and we should not try to do, but to accept Allah's will and Allah's decree in these matters.
I knew you could. She's a poet. We will also live each day making the most of it without complaining against Allah and using his elements as an excuse to not fulfill our obligations and responsibilities. Good job. Mashallah, y'all did good with this one.
Also with determining the climate, how Allah determines when the climate and the elements of the world change. What I said for that one was, I will take heed when Allah sends a trial my way and be determined to pass it, because he only sends trials to make me stronger and to get closer to him, which in turn gives me his love.
Okay, my internet is messed up. We will take heed when Allah sends trials our way and do what?
We will take heed when he sends trials our way and try our best to pass them, because he only sends a trial to make us stronger people, which in turn it'll be past me. We get us his love.
Try our best to pass them, knowing that Allah
Is she frozen?
will be pleased. I don't know what she's trying to type.
She's frozen.
I think she's frozen. Yeah.
I can't even see her no more.
Oh. Yeah, am I frozen?
That's what I was wondering.
Mhm.
It
Because it
said
wasn't-
recording stopped, so I don't know what's happening.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
Maybe
trying to
her
get mine
computer.
up.
She left the Zoom room, but
Yeah, maybe the cat's got to something. Maybe.
she left the Zoom room.
Liza.
Also, it's raining here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found the TT. I can see it now in my Quran.
You found a what?
Well, we were reading that what I was stuck on today.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I found the letters in my Quran.
Oh, I
And
see.
it's
Okay.
spread out, so I can see it now. Mhm.
Good. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. Hmm. Hmm. Mhm.
Oh, Sister Faiza, I had to tell you this one.
Uh-huh.
First of all, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, Latifa.
I had a friend that was stuck in the hospital. I don't know if you heard me tell Layla that she had COVID and she didn't want to take the shot still, even though she has it.
Okay, so as we were saying, you guys came up with some very good examples and a good way of breaking down this name of Allah. Let's review what we've come up with so far. Again, Allah, he is AlHaseeb, AlHaseeb, the reckoner. He is the one who is able to determine things based on his reasoning and common sense. He shows us this by determining what good and evil will occur in our lives. Also by determining how often and how long the sun and moon rotate in the earth's atmosphere. And also by determining when the cure to diseases will be revealed. And by determining which of our deeds he will or will not accept and their reward. And by determining the climate and the elements of the world. So how can we take these examples and make them into attributes for ourselves? Well, we will live our lives sticking to the laws and rules set by Allah in hopes of avoiding that which is bad and evil, while hoping for that which is good. And we will live each day expecting the worst, so as when it happens, we were prepared to face it. So we handle the bad, the ugly with dignity. And before doing any deeds in life, we will hold ourselves accountable, both before doing them and afterwards, while assuring that our belief system is intact. And when diseases do occur, we will accept whatever remedies Allah sends until He reveals the cure. And we will live each day of our lives accepting the decree of Allah without questioning what He has placed in store for us. And we will live each day making the most of it without complaining against Allah and using His elements as an excuse to not fulfill our obligations and responsibilities. And finally, we will take heed when Allah sends trials our way, and we will try our best to pass them, knowing that only He only wants to make us stronger. MashaAllah. See how y'all came up with the meaning of that word, AlHaseeb. AlHaseeb. If you guys would only take those answers y'all came up with and apply them in your life, if you did that, you will be some strong throwdown Muslim brothers and sisters. Subhanallah. Are there any questions about any of those, that name and any example we came up with? Any questions?
No question, but can you put it up so I can copy it?
Okay. And by the way, guys, I did post up yesterday's name on my Facebook profile and the Sunnah Followers group page. So you guys will be able to find it there. Any other questions or comments about this name? Anybody still confused as to how to break these names down? Anyone still confused how to do this? It all begins with looking up the meaning. And like I tell y'all, the reason why Muslims today are not practicing the deen correctly is because they don't understand Islam. Because we become more simple-minded, like the Prophet said we would. We don't understand, basic terminology in our language. Language will disappear. Y'all know that the language, that's one of the signs of the last hour. Language will disappear. We'll be communicating, but we won't understand what we're talking about. We won't even know the meaning of Assalamu alaikum. People will say, oh, what does that mean? We used to say, my great-great-grandfather used to say Salam alaikum. What's the Fatiha? My great-great-grandfather. What do you mean? Language will disappear, and it's disappearing already. We don't understand common words. Reckon. We don't speak that way anymore. To reckon is to determine. Okay. All right. I want to thank everybody for joining and participating in this session of our Tawheed class. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu